For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Assume the
All
mic
right.
already.
Good evening, everyone. We've got a new commentator here with us. My name is Lauren Machad. I'm here with Bob Lakis. Welcome,
Hi.
Bob.
Hi.
Hi.
This is fun. Been here all day.
Yeah. We've been watching. We've been commentating. And your partner, your wife, has been. Is she the second for?
She's the alternate for Sarah Archer's team.
Awesome.
Yep.
So you got Archers versus Mavens. They're up 3-2 right now. We could tie it up. They could pull ahead.
It's a very close match, either way it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Either way, we've got Sarah and Aaron and Lauren and Sarah. So there's two Sarahs. So I think I'm going to stick with calling them Team Archer, Team VILLAINcourt.
Wise choice.
Or I'll just say it's, Aaron and Lauren's teams opposite.
We could also do red or purple.
Red or purple.
Yep.
Yep. So the Archers Mavens have a very nice purple jersey tonight, and Team VILLAINcourt have the red kind of almost, I want to say, like bowling jersey or baseball jersey.
I think it's more baseball.
Yeah. See those stripes? So you can see Sarah and Lauren on the far screen there. They're chit-chatting, getting ready for the next round here, but we'll get started in a few minutes, so be sure to like and share, and more tomorrow. Thank you, Paulo. Good to see you. Thanks for subscribing. We just restarted the stream here. We have an 8-hour limit, so we started pretty early today. We're getting started again. It's after 10 p.m. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for joining. So if you wanted to see the first half of tonight's stream, you can go to Rack's Facebook page or Rack's on YouTube and find that stream. Welcome back to stream number 2. All right, got the lag going on here.
And off to the races.
Yeah, Sarah Bennett versus Sarah Archer, I think.
And Sarah Archer 1.
And it's rack your own.
But your partner can rack, even if you're breaking on the doubles.
And we're still in 10-ball format. So even though it's doubles format, you still got to call every ball, every safety. A little bit of a tricky rule on the push shots, but we'll talk about it if we get to it.
And also if you're giving back a shot, too. As to who's the next player, who gets the ball back. Does it a shooter or does the next player in a sequence?
Yep.
And also, as we just saw in singles, 3-foul rule does apply to 10-ball also.
Yep. I don't know if you could hear Lance in the booth with us, but he was cheering on. He was like, you know what I would do? Foul. 3-foul. Do the 3-foul.
It is so hard, especially when every one of these players that's involved in this tournament is a higher quality player or a higher level player. They know the rails, they know the angles, they know the English. So to be able to actually put together 3 good lockdown safeties is very, very hard. That's why the prize is there.
So this is Sarah's second match in a row here. She warmed up on the last one. Won the last one. Pulled ahead 3-2 here. And let's look at the layout from the top view.
It's a pretty good spread.
Yeah. Nothing dropped on the break, though. So we got sight on the 1 here.
The 2-ball is kind of shrouded by the 10, though. So depending on how far she comes over, if she gets tangled up with the 4 or the 5, she could have a little bit of problem there.
Yep. If she comes straight up enough, she could 2-8 combo, but looks like she's just going for the defense here.
Ah. All right, this is simply make a hit. Try to keep the cue ball on one end of the table and the 1 ball on the other end of the table and hope the traffic gets in the way.
Yeah, I might call safe here. Just try to kick the 1. Even if, like, the 4 goes in or the 1 goes in, like, you're still pretty safe.
Yep. Although in 10-ball, if you do call safe and an errant ball goes in, like you hit the 4, the other team can give it back to you.
Ah.
It's one of those fancy little lesser utilized rules, but it does exist.
You gotta mean what you say and say what you mean.
Yep.
So she went for the carom there. It didn't quite work out. But unless she called a defense that we don't know about, because we're in the booth, we can't hear it.
I'd be willing to say she was going for that shot.
Yeah, I'd be giving it back. Yeah, so Lauren's going to take it back now.
Yep. Now, the kick is here to make the 1, but to be able to turn around and get the leave after the kick is the story.
Very tricky.
And that 3-ball is in the way, I think, of the direct angle. There's got to be some English involved.
And she's calling that pocket where the 1's sitting. But she's looking at, like, where am I going to leave this? You can see her in the corner there looking at it, like, that 2-ball's a little tricky. So even if I mean, this is where, like, an 8-ball, I would still call a safe and hope to make it. And, like, the 2's in a trouble spot. But like you said, if you call safe and make a ball.
Yep.
But she ended up hitting the 7 anyway. Ball in hand here. Next shot. All right, Sarah's got ball in hand now.
This lead on the 2 is still not going to be easy, but it'll be easier with ball in hand.
Yeah. You still might have to combo, or you might have to plan your defense behind that 8 with the 2.
But with Sarah just playing a match on here, this is why they often double up like this, a singles match into a double match. She has the speed down. She has, she knows the table speed. She knows exactly what she needs to do to get right where she got.
Quick little punch into the corner there.
Okay. So we're trying to get back here, and Lauren just stepped out because I think we're having a little bit of an audio problem, but we're working on it. We just had a safety there sit in front of the pocket. I think it was going to be a little too difficult to back cut that into the side.
We got ball in hand here, huh?
Yes.
Let's see where it lands.
The 5 ball's not in a pretty spot, even with ball in hand on the 4. Got to get there. I think it's down from the side pocket far enough where she can take the shot, even though it's not an easy one, and keep the ball out of the side.
Let's take a look here. Yeah, let's see the front side here. I think it's just, yeah, like you said, she's going to come off that little corner. I think she just called for an extension there. I would too. Take your time. Because you want to come out towards middle table, middle right table to be able to see that 6 and still have angle to come up.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I think she was looking at either the bank or the safety. I don't know what she called. Either way, they're not getting that back. It should work out pretty well right off the 5, 1 rail back out for almost the same shot on the 6, just a little shorter.
Oh, man. I think there's still sight here. You can come rail first and hit the 5. I don't know if it goes, but I might give this back.
My concern with the rail first is if you're putting a lot of right English on it, which you're probably going to have to, you got the other corner in play for a scratch.
She's coming the short rail, yeah, just for a little bit of kick. And it was going to be a really great defense. That 9, unfortunately, got a little bit of travel on it towards the middle of the table, so it got out of the way. So now Sarah on Team VILLAINcourt has sight on the 5. Doesn't mean it's going to go.
She's going to run into what everybody else was battling, the 9 and the 10 being in the way, so she played a safety. Used her head instead of going for the cut.
Very nice.
So, battle of the 5 ball. One of the battles within the battle of the game. Just seems to happen so frequently that you'll end up, especially in a rotation game like 9 ball or 10 ball, you'll have that one ball that, you'll get just a good enough safety on, or you'll have just a shot that's just risky enough that you don't want to take the shot. So you keep playing the safety, but you can't get that lockdown safety. So it's back and forth and back and forth. And then all of a sudden, somebody gets it, and the rest of the rack is just wide open from there.
And they're taking their time here. Doubles, you can talk to your teammate as much as you want. Any shot. No timeouts, really, because it's infinite timeouts with your teammate. So they're thinking about it. They're like, how do we approach this? Where do we want to leave it?
And this is the longest conversation they've had, which I was noticing at the beginning. They didn't seem to talk a lot. I'm not a huge fan of over-talking because it's more of a doing game. There is a lot of thought process, and you got to make sure that you're both on the same page. But sometimes you can talk yourself right out of actually shooting.
Yep. That's why, like, if you play APA, you play League, like, sometimes people will call timeouts in themselves. They'll say, hey, I need help.
Yep.
And then you have other people who are like, I want you to call timeout on me. Totally different behaviors, right? Yes. Like, there's people who are like, I don't know what to see, and there's people who are like, I know what I'm looking at, and it's not good.
Yeah, I've actually called timeouts on myself when the shot I'm looking at going, my wife would say that's a pretty crazy shot, so I probably need a second opinion here.
Now, let's talk about it. But Team VILLAINcourt here in a little bit of a pace.
Yep.
Nice.
That
Nice
was a
positions
beautiful
there on that
stroke.
one.
Yep. Very easy to overplay that shot and then find yourself at the other end of the table. Still with a shot, but she had great speed on it and it left for the perfect 8, which is going to leave for the perfect 9.
Cool.
Stop shot, stop shot, stop shot.
Or even if you follow it a little bit, come out towards the middle again.
Oh.
That was a bit of a stun, but, you know, oh, if it weren't over a ball, I wouldn't hate it, but
Yeah.
I don't love it right now.
She might have had a little bit more angle than we were really seeing here on the screen. That's why she went with that route to try to get to the other side. You're right, over a ball, so easy to hit a little bit of unintentional English one way or the other, and it throws off the whole shot.
See what she's looking at here. She's trying to cut it into the side, and I think come towards the top rail and back.
That was a great shot. That was a great shot.
Oh,
You just
see where
gotta-
it lands.
You just try to do your best to get back and take your medicine with a hard shot. To coin a Lance phrase.
I do like this as a kind of a thin cut with top. Yep, right for the corner there. As long as you don't hit too much bottom on this, you're not gonna have any risk of scratching. Just like natural follow through, heads towards like almost to the right of that first diamond on the bottom rail.
Yeah. Yep.
Very nice shot by Lauren.
Perfect.
All right, so that's 1 up for Team VILLAINcourt against Archer Mavens.
Yes. All right, for anybody not familiar with 10 ball, the 1 ball's racked up front and the 2 and the 3 are on the back corners. Either side, it doesn't matter which side. That and the 10 ball in the middle are the only requirements. The rest can be all shuffled in any particular order.
And right now we're on game 2 of this match. Lauren and Sarah from Team VILLAINcourt are up 1-0 against Sarah and Aaron, although the Archers Mavens are up 3-2. So I think the hope here for Team VILLAINcourt is to tie it up, end the night on a tie, start fresh tomorrow morning. But we'll see if that comes to fruit.
It has been a hard-fought day all day, so to end in a tie would almost be appropriate, but even if it's not, it's still anybody's game.
Unfortunately, a scratch off that break, so it looks like we're going to have ball in hand here for Sarah anywhere on the table on the 1 ball.
That's another thing. It's like another rule like 9 ball where it's anywhere on the table as opposed to 8 ball off the break behind the line in some leagues and formats.
But stun off the 1 to come 1 rail and line up for the 2, and it is alternating shot here, so Aaron's going to shoot next.
I'm a big fan of removing the template.
Yep.
A lot of people leave it on the table or leave it on the table if it's not going to be in the way. I'm a little more old school.
All right, nice shot out. I mean, the 3's like it's a little tricky. I might switch to the other view here to see what Sarah's looking at, but I think it's a nice simple bank. If we just take a peek real quick, You could follow bank this nice and soft back to the side pocket. We'll see what she does.
The cut is there too. It's whatever really she's going to feel more comfortable with. I'm pretty sure she can get a leave either way.
Nice come around, yep.
Now, with some people are feeling their bank, some people are feeling their cuts, and that changes from night to night, match to match.
Yep. And as we said earlier, 10 ball, you got to call every ball, every pocket, every safety. So you got to be very intentional with this game. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Erin just called the side pocket close to her. So she's going for the bank here. Oh, I missed it. She must have changed her mind. That was too clean.
Got it. Yeah.
Too clean.
Yep.
I like it, though.
Out for the 5, but it's going to complicate things a little bit for the 6. I have a feeling they're going to end up with just got to make the 5 and deal with the back cut on the 6.
Yeah, that or bank and try to get position on the 7, but it's not going to be easy either way off the 6 ball.
I think with the back cut, what you have to worry about is getting past the 9 and getting the 9 in play. It's going to be more of a finesse shot, I think.
Nice
Ooh,
little roll
okay.
down table. Cue ball got quite a bit of travel, but I don't mind that. They're talking quick in the corner here, like thinking about, do you follow this 6 off the cut? Do you maybe do a defense here?
I think they might be discussing the defense with like the travel you said on the cue ball. That came down quite a bit further than I think anybody was anticipating.
Yeah, if you just nick the left side of the 6 and you hit it the right speed, you could, hide behind right where they're pointing behind that 7 ball, but tricky.
And even if they're putting both cue ball and 6 ball on opposite long rails, even if they leave a view and don't get tucked in there behind there,
Yeah, there
it
you
still
go.
leaves her an awkward bank, an awkward all the way up, a difficult shot no matter what she's choosing to do. And this is really kind of on the safety aspect of things. There's and not real good lockdown safety here. Can separate it from one end of the table to the other, which would be effective, but.
Say, I like this for the cross side. That's very good. Very impressive.
Fantastic shot.
Line Lauren up really well too for the corner here, but it's gonna be tricky getting on that 8 ball. I mean,
It's a lot of stroke.
I don't, even if you come up to the top third of the table towards the middle, you could defense off that 8 ball, hide behind the 10 or hide the 8 up table.
I'd be a big fan of hitting bottom left on this and trying to come back hitting one long rail and for the 8. It's all stroke.
That's a lot of stroke.
It's a lot of stroke and it's a lot of distance. And you still got to remember to make the 7 ball.
Right. One ball at
Yep.
a time.
Like I
You
said,
called
you
it.
got to remember to make the 7 ball. Sometimes hitting these diamonds that hard, they're not forgiving.
Yeah.
A lot has to do with the shelf being deep on the slate in the pocket. Not just the size of the pocket, but it doesn't get that rattle and drop as often as some tables do.
And as much as you could just clean cut this, it's not quite as easy to draw and keep this cue back up table by the 8 ball. Like, you have to hit it a little bit hard.
Oh, yes.
And that's where you could rattle again. So there it is.
Commentator's curse.
Sorry. That's what we're here for. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Unfortunately, a little bit of a double hit. I think she meant to do a nice little soft defense there, but
The distance will get you on that one a lot.
yeah. So Erin's lining up here, probably to draw quite a bit. To come maybe 2 rails even back for the 8.
It's back to that bottom left shot there. Yep.
Very nice.
Perfect. Right off that long rail.
Look at that. Almost 3 rails.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Now the worry here is that you get too straight, but that close to the pocket, you get a little bit to work with, and that's all you need is a little bit. Just
Yeah, the
keep
closer you are, the more you can cheat, right? Like the more you can cheat the little bit of English to get the cue to come off or come out. So I do like a little bit of right English on this cue to come it a little bit more towards the middle of the table.
Yep, she'll be able to cheat that like a Kiss Cam at a Coldplay concert.
Very timely. And she did.
I like to keep up with current events.
That little bit of stun, I think, helped get off the rail, right? So you don't have to put top on this. Like, you have the choice.
Yep. And now she even just play a nice stop shot and just concentrate on making the ball.
Yeah.
She doesn't have
Don't
to
even
worry
worry about the leave, the
Yeah.
natural leave. Even if you're on that rail, it's not a problem.
Yep.
Oh, just a little bit undercut on that. She
That
might
is-
get lucky. Let's look at the other angle here. You can see the side pockets are a little bit wide, so
Yep.
I would go for the side all day.
Yeah.
But you got to worry about the cue traveling
Yep.
where you don't want it to. So you've got to come at least 2, maybe 3 rails off for this 10 ball.
Now, I'm a fan of going 3 rails here, but if you overhit it, that corner pocket in the upper left-hand corner from what we're looking at comes into play.
Yep.
And if you underhit it, then you end up in no man's land.
Mm-hmm.
50-50 yard line. 50 yard
Yep, she's going for the 3 rail. Oh, and you called it, huh?
line. Yep. Well, at least she kept it out of the pocket, so.
No, yeah, she's calling the side. This is hard. Like, it's hard when you're on the table. Do you go all the way up? Do you call the side pocket? Either way, you don't really want to pussyfoot this. You don't want to hit it too soft.
No.
If you can't leave in the pocket right now.
Yeah, you have to hit it with enough pace to bring it down to the short rail up top.
Very nice.
Yep.
Nice out.
And if she would have gone past the pocket there, she had the speed to get all the way up to the short rail. But she hit it dead nuts. So can't go wrong with that.
All right, good job, ladies. We have Team VILLAINcourt up 2-0 for right now in this match of the night. Let's go, team.
All right, and away we go. Team Archer is breaking, and Sarah Archer is breaking.
Nice 9 on the break. No money balls tonight.
No.
But it is 10 ball anyway, so 1 down is good.
And a 3 ball did happen to get right in the way. Just like it wanted to be in the game a little early.
You still can push after this, so we may see Erin decide to push off this. She could be talking right now to Sarah, like, what do we want to do here? Yeah, I see them on the other screen pointing at the table, talking about it.
Suggestion: if you're new to pushes, you don't have to hit a rail, you don't have to hit the 1, and then the opponent has the option to give it back to you or shoot it from where it lies. Suggestion is always have a plan, or expect them to give it back to you.
Yep. So definitely a push here.
Yep.
And that 2 is kind of in a weird spot, so I see why she did that for a push.
You might have been trying to get it a little bit further down. But yeah, you are correct. even if they roll it over, because they can't really get back too far, even if they roll it to that long rail, they're going to have a hard time getting around for the 3.
I mean, if she follows this just close to the rail, she might have sight. So let's see what she left Lauren to shoot. I think it might go.
But the 3 ball is going to be the problem.
It is.
Back for the 3.
This might be a situation where you choose to do rail first when you don't have to be able to come out for the next shot. And I probably would do that on this shot.
She just tried to cheat the pocket as much as she could and use that to stun out and over by that 10 ball.
I don't think she needed it. Like, natural angle, it probably would have come up a little bit more towards center table.
Yeah,
or like to come out that way, right? Like hit the rail first and you'd come way out that way.
Right.
Way out to the left. Maybe hit another rail before the 3. Oh, good try. Good attempt on a hit here.
Oh, both sides of it. Now does that 4 go past 6? Or is that going to be an issue? I don't think it does.
I don't think it goes from the overhead angle here, but either way, Sarah from Team Archers Mavens is up right now. And they could choose to make this ball and then defense off the 4, and then that'd be two fouls if Team VILLAINcourt missed the hit.
Yep. But they also have to be very careful with that, because the way everything else is lined up, 5 in front of the pocket, 6, 7, 8,
yep,
all ducks.
Easy run out.
Yeah. You misstep here, and that's looks like Sarah was talking about something and pointing at something. She might have double hit it.
Oh man.
Which, call your own fouls. That is
good on him. You know, that's
the right thing to do.
Very sportsmanlike.
Yep. Oh no. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yep.
A little bit of favorable kiss there on the corner.
Yeah, it was the right speed.
Yep.
Here, I used to try to draw these all the way back to the other side, but all she needs to do is get to the middle.
Yep. I mean, she did the draw, but
yep.
I probably would have done like the top follow to come up, you know.
Yep.
But that's, you know, she left it very easy peasy here.
And she does have a little outside angle, so either draw a stroke here or top English and come back up in between the 7 and the 10.
Mm-hmm. Either way, you gotta kind of punch it. Yeah, that just wasn't hard enough for me. You gotta punch it kind of both ways.
Yep.
Nice follow through power to be able to come back towards middle table.
Yeah. You can figure if she was anywhere from 2 inches further to 4 feet further, there would have still been a shot on the 7. So more power the better on that one. It should be making the hit here.
Yeah, I do like the lineup for that touch. Just
oh no.
Oh, unfortunate travel for the cue ball there.
Very unfortunate. You know, the cue ball always seems to be able to scratch on the sides at the angles that are hardest to make the balls.
And Aaron's got a nice little lineup here. I think this could be a nice solid run out. Just take your time. Nice solid strokes. Looks good to me.
I like the fact she's looking down the road.
Yep.
She's not just getting up and taking the duck.
And they're talking about it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would call an extension here just to like make sure we're both on the same page. And like, what if it goes wrong? What if I follow it too much? Or what if I stop shot it by accident? Like, what's the game plan?
Yep.
So they're taking the time to do that.
And here there were a number of different options. That's why she was talking to Sarah. What is Sarah's wheelhouse here? Cutting it and coming off the long rail back, or did she want her to draw and play top off the short rail?
And this looks good for a little bit of top off the long rail to come back towards middle table. Yep. Yeah, line up straight. A little too straight, but very, very straight on that 10 ball.
They're both off the rail though, so it should be workable for her. This
is one though, like you don't want to hit it too soft or too hard. You gotta split the difference. Take your time.
Yeah, don't ever let the table take away a shot like this by hitting it too slow.
Follow through. Yeah,
Look at
very
that. That
nice,
was great.
solid follow through.
Yep.
Great job to Aaron closing out that match. It's now 1-2.
And with the alternating break format, even though Team Archer won the last one, it is Team VILLAINcourt breaking. From Sarah to Sarah.
All right, let's look at the overhead and see what we've got here.
It was a great spread, but nothing wanted to find a hole.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Where the 2 is at is a little tricky right now. Because it's kind of blocking that long one shot. I don't love a defense either, so it'd be tricky. Be tricky here.
With so many balls there, but they're spread out in a fashion that yeah, I don't see really a good safety that's jumping out at me.
Yeah, she's going, looks like bottom right-hand corner and hoping to get sight on the 2.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that was the right play. Tricky start there.
Yep. And she would have had it off the rail at least if she didn't have the full view of the 2 from there.
Now this I almost like a little bit of top left 2 rail come back out to come towards the middle left top of the table. Try and see that 2 still. Looks like Lauren's calling the side pocket.
So it needs some pace to make sure.
Yeah, a little bit of speed.
Stuck behind that 6 and 7 could be a problem.
Yeah, and there she is coming the 2 rail. Come on, kiss that 6.
Stuck behind the 6 and the 7.
Stuck behind the 6 and 7. Commentators curse. No, very great attempt though. If that had come to the right spot, it would have been very, very nice run for the 2 and then back out for the 3. Now it's a little bit tricky. Hitching up here, Sarah's going to try to masse, I think, around the 6.
Look at that.
Very nice hit.
Great shot.
And it looks like sight on the 3. It doesn't look like an easy combo. So this might be where I do a little bit of a slow roll, almost like a cut safety. Try to hide that cue behind the 4.
Yep, get that 3 to the short rail, where even if you do leave a view of it, it's still difficult.
Yep. Yep, she hit the right side of it. I don't think she punched it enough, but the leave ended up being a little bit fortunate here.
Yep. And a shot like on that 2-ball shot, that was just kind of, you're still at the table, so get that 2-ball in the pocket, and then you're still in charge of what happens next. And what happens next is causing a conversation.
Yeah.
I think they do have options. I would try to sliver it and put the cue ball down around where they were pointing.
Trick is the 3's got to go far enough that you can't see it. So I think they're still going to have sight. Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
It passed right through the area where she wanted to make sure she got the rail, and she did, but it didn't hit any of the balls that were, any of the traffic that was there. If it would have come up and caught the 5-ball, might have been a different story.
So her speed was good for traffic, but not good for clean rail. Yep.
What I see now is difficulty in this is the 6-ball.
Yep.
Even if they get off this 5 onto the 4, which could even just be a stop shot at this point, the 6-ball is going to be a challenge. Even though if they're below it, they might be able to make it off the 7 and the side.
Yeah, we might take a peek at the side view camera. Like, I think the 6 could cut all the way up, but it's going to be tricky. And even this sleeve right now on the 5 is not easy. She's going to have to draw this back. And on our other camera, you can see she's hitching up. She's hitting it pretty low. Yep, to do a bit of a draw here.
And the downside of that, she got back to give her the shot. The downside is she's on the rail and with kind of an awkward angle. It's not quite straight, but it doesn't have a big enough angle to really work with a lot.
Yeah, you'd have to hit this a really nice low and the right speed to keep the cue parallel to the 9, but she's going to come off and back up the table, which is a trickier leave than I expected her to go for.
But they can see it.
Yep.
They're not stuck behind anything, and they're controlling what happens next. They still got that 6 off the 7. Even though with the 6 that close to the rail, it makes that shot a lot harder.
Yeah. So it looks like she did call the 6 off the 7 here.
You also have to be careful of the cross side scratch. You concentrate too much on the shot, you forget where the cue ball is going.
I think as long as she doesn't hit like bottom and too hard, she'll be okay. But this stuff always surprises me.
Nope.
Oh, it jutted out a little bit. Let's see where it landed on the overhead. I think it still goes in the corner.
It does, but she may have to play some speed on this to make sure to get over and back so the 8 and the 9 doesn't get in the way.
Although I don't mind the 7 being banked into the opposite side. If you, like, especially like a reverse bank, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
honestly, if it were me, I would just tell Sarah, like, just make the ball. I don't worry about my 7, like. But she's been playing very conservatively, like lots of defenses.
Yep.
It was a good hit, but I don't think this was much of a successful defense.
I think she wanted to hit a little less of the 6 to get the cue ball on the other side of the 8.
Yep.
But she got a little more of the 6 and it made that 8 travel faster than the cue.
Very good attempt, not quite.
But it did end up in one of those difficult spots. Low percentage spot.
I think if I were counting the amount of times that top right corner stole a shot from someone, it'd be over 8 by now.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of rattles in that top right corner pocket.
Does appear to be the unnamed teammate sometimes.
Oh, unfortunate kiss off that 7 right into the pocket.
But took the 7 out from in front of the pockets and put it in between the 8 and the 9, so that makes that significantly more difficult.
I might follow this 6 way up, like, you know, just nick that 6 into the side, you know, coming towards the camera here, follow with the cue to be able to have sight on that 7, then choose, like, am I going to defense and hide behind the 9, or am I going to send it all the way up and run out the table?
It looks like she's listening.
There's no earpieces involved, I promise.
That's good. As long as she doesn't get up on the 10, like you said, she'll have options. Even side pocket right now is a good option and come around underneath the 8.
I still think, like, the natural angle, if we look from this side, I do kind of like the defense. Almost like a stop shot. Send that 7 just past the side pocket. She's calling the side. Let's see.
She's calling the bank.
She's calling it.
And I think she's kind of doing a little bit of,
A little bit of speed should send it.
I was going to say she was doing a two-way shot, but it's 10 ball. So.
Yeah, you can't really do a two-way. But that angle that she was aiming at was exactly what I was talking about. And if she didn't hit it so hard, the cue would have followed a little bit up, so it would have hidden behind that 9. And now, unfortunately, there's still sight on that 9 ball for opponent.
But I think she was concentrating on getting that leave on the 8, which her leave on the 8 was perfect.
It was. Now, Sarah, back at the table, but unfortunately just had a little bit of come out on that side.
Jumped up a little bit on that one, I think.
Well, and the speed wasn't bad. Like, I think the angle hurt her a little bit. It just happened to line up for this corner here. So very fortunate for Lauren, but I can't blame her for hitting that a little bit strong.
No. Ooh.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah. And now we're back to the awkward 7 ball. As I said, it's 1 ball every rack that seems to do this in rotation every now and then.
Yeah. And Aaron's looking at cutting this in the opposite side, so.
I agree. She could try doing this with a little draw and not hitting the 8 and go around the 8, or maybe a little bit of top and possibly push into the 8.
Looks to me like top from the screen I'm looking at. Yeah, ran into it. Fortunately, off the 8. Very nicely done.
Right. The problem with running into it is you're moving the furniture. You never know where it's going to end up, and now you gotta come up with a whole new plan. Which it looks like it looks like this is going to work out pretty good. This is just basically a stop shot, bring it all the way over for the 9 all the way up. I don't think the 9 ball in the side is going to be a valid option at this point.
No, you'd have to have a bit more angle on it, or follow with some left English off of this. But I think if she just kind of stuns this out, like you said,
or plays a little bit of middle left and goes around the 10, that might actually be better, because she could get all the way to the long rail and ensure she's on the right side of that 9 for the all the way up shot.
Let's take a peek from this side here. You can see it's a bit of angle driving that cue towards the middle of the table for the natural angle.
Yeah, I'll bet you she's going to go 2 rails on it. Yep, just like that. Keep herself nice and slow. Make that a draw shot straight back. Perfect.
Nicely done.
Like a ruined steak. Well done. I've been holding that joke in my back pocket the entire time.
Sorry, I didn't laugh.
That's okay. If you're not laughing at me, you're not laughing with me, you can laugh at me. I'm okay with that. I got over that a long time ago.
Good natural angle for this. You just gotta hit it solid.
I think she had that side pocket in your mind. You get it in your mind. You're concentrating on the side pocket, and
I almost aim for it when I see the scratch. I almost aim for the scratch, so I gotta just like pretend like I don't see it.
Somebody told me once, if that's the last thing in your mind before you shoot, you're gonna miss, and you're gonna scratch. You know what should be the last thing in your mind before you shoot is making that ball.
Yep.
And we're all guilty of.
Oh man.
10 ball might come into play.
They could give it back. They can give it right back now, though.
Yep. I don't see an easy off the short rail kick to put it in. If it was a little closer to the short rail, it might be an option.
Yep, or at least a defense, right?
Right.
To kick into the 9, send it up, but
yeah.
I'd be afraid of missing it here, trying to kick at it.
And I think you take the chances and you give it back. I'm a big fan of controlling what happens, but I think right now there's more bad options than good. Yep, and they came to that conclusion too. She can always go 1 rail, long rail, put the 9 on the other, try to put the 9 on the other side of the 10, or at least get the 9 off the short rail over to that long rail where the cue ball is now, and leap a bank. That, I think, is probably the best option. Well, it looks like Sarah's calling the corner, so if it ends up on that long rail in an awkward bank, they might be getting it back again.
Let's look from this angle. If she kicks that at the right way, she might be able to pocket it right here. No, so it came on the right side, but I don't think that's a bad try. I think that's a really good try. Where this sits right now, especially from the side angle, I'd be worried about scratching, putting anything but top on this.
Right.
Like,
yeah, and since it is a makeable shot, even though it's a difficult shot, they can't give it back. So they have to take the difficult shot.
You got to try.
That's the
or play defense. You could just like simple roll, soft bank this, hide it behind the 10.
Yep.
which honestly, like, Sarah's been doing a lot of those defensives.
Yeah.
I think if it were Sarah at the table, she might have done a defense here. But I totally respect the hustle. I'm an aggressive player. I would have gone for it too.
I think a little less power and a little more stroke would have been the key there. And this is just simply roll it forward a ball and keep the cue ball off the rail, and you're all set. Roll it forward, perfect.
Yep.
I always had the hardest time with that shot, rolling it forward just an inch or two, and I still honestly couldn't tell anybody how to do it.
You just can't be too soft. You know, you got to kind of punch it a little bit. Because if you hit it soft, your cue ball is just going to travel and follow it, you know, just like roll right through it. You gotta let the English take a little bit. But we're racking up here. We're going to go to commercial break. We got Aaron breaking here. Sarah and Aaron are 1-3 against Lauren and Sarah on Team VILLAINcourt. Archers Mavens are up overall 3-2 in terms of matches. This is the last game of tonight. There'll be more tomorrow, so be sure to tune in. I think the hope here from Team VILLAINcourt is to tie it up, or Archers Mavens could pull ahead. It's a race to 5, and right now it's 1-3, so it's really anybody's game.
Yep. And the tomorrow is not going to start at 3 o'clock like today. Tomorrow will start at noon. And they have possibility of that extra 7th match. If it ends up tied 6-6, it's the captain's pick.
Very cool. Nice little cut carom there.
Now, some of you may ask if it went off the 9 ball, if it's a legal shot. It is called pocket, not called shot. So whether it went clean or went off another ball, as long as it goes in the pocket that was called, that's what matters.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure she's probably coaching her to one of those defensive shots you were just talking about a little bit ago. So this looks pretty good as a couple defensive options, just where to hit it, how to hit it.
It's so hard to tell. They could be comboing.
Ugh. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't on the option, although that 2-ball did kind of jump off the short rail a bit and got way over there more than I expected it to. So
you can tell from the other side here, you can see how close, like the 2 is close to the rail, and it's not an impossible shot here. I do like the natural angle off the 2 to come out for the 4 here. No 3 on the table.
But depending on how thin she hits this, depends on whether she hits into the 4 or 5. Oh, look at that speed.
Ooh, just a little soft, but it still went. So let's see the overhead. I don't think it's enough angle to cut. I might play a defense here.
The cut will go. The defense, although tough, is there, rolling the cue ball up on the 5. But it looks like she's going for the back cut.
Yep.
Ooh, little thin
and it's 10 balls, so if they don't like it, they can give it back, and I don't necessarily like this being given back.
I don't think the cut is there, but there's a lot you can do with this.
Yep.
Even if you can't make the 4 ball there's a lot you can do. She might also spin this in with a little left English.
Or just hit it soft bottom, get the 4 out of there, leave the cue. Yeah. I bet she called a defense there.
Oh, yeah.
But you can still see the 4 here, like,
She can hit it, but I don't believe she can make it, which is the similar situation Sarah was just in.
Yep.
Hit it, but can't make it.
Although there's a possible for a cross bank, it's not likely. She looks like she's trying to hit as far center or as far left on this ball as she can. Maybe she can see it full.
She just called it all the way up, so maybe she can see a little more than we're thinking.
Yeah, she just hit a touch left. Beautiful shot on that. Came right back out to middle table.
She didn't overhit it.
Yep. But that's one where you need kind of the power. If you hit that too soft, it could just sit right there in the pocket. The cue could get stuck up by the rail. So I do like that she hit that with a little bit of force.
Yep. Especially throwing a little bit of left English on it. The slower you hit it, the more that left English is going to affect the shot.
All right, on the 8-ball here. Not an easy shot.
But it is a makeable one.
Yeah,
so.
she's calling the corner. The cue ball's going to travel 2, maybe 3 rails, depending how hard she hits it. Or just 1 if she ends up straightening it out off this 8-ball.
I think it's just a make the ball situation.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to get into any scratch trouble if she makes it. Now this is interesting.
Yeah. Erin's back up to the table here on the 8-ball. And it's not much of an easier shot than the last one, but I think this has a better come around potential. Like you can come 2 rails off of this.
A little bit of bottom left, perhaps. 2 rails will bring you up short of 10, so you still have that 9 all the way up.
Or if you're nervous about overhitting, just hit it center ball.
Yeah.
You maybe end up middle table, but you're gonna have sight. Ooh, the corner
well,
helped her out there.
For as many times as those nipples on the side pockets get you and hurt you, here's one that helped. So, but somehow the law of averages doesn't exist. It will hurt you and take away your shot 4 out of 5 times, and it will only give you 1. That was a little soft. I think she wanted to come out a bit more, leave her more of a straight shot, but she did leave her a makeable shot. The good part about this is she's going to know she has to stroke it.
Yep.
So I don't think we're gonna see a soft roller here.
No, a little bit of speed. You got to have that bottom right take to not scratch here. So follow through, solid hit. That speed was perfect, but the angle was just a touch off, unfortunately.
Yep. Not by much, but these the diamonds don't forgive.
Going back to the opposite corner here with Sarah.
Now this is the opposite shot too. This is more of the slow roll shot.
Yep.
Because you don't
line
want
up top on it. Take your time, get the angle right, and yeah, don't hit it too hard. Beautiful. All right, that's 1-4. Archers Mavens versus Team VILLAINcourt. We'll see if they make a comeback here and they dominate the night, or if Team VILLAINcourt will tie it up.
Most of these games could have gone either way, so a comeback is not out of the question. Back for the break again.
Lauren Madsen to break.
She's the perfect example of accuracy and more quickness than power.
I was gonna joke because I was gonna say she got a little bit of chaos in her. It's great.
Her break is pound for pound. She has one of the best breaks going out there, and it's accuracy and quickness. You can hit the ball as hard as you want if you're not accurate. That's what sends cue balls off into other tables.
And she did make the 7s, so Sarah went ahead and pocketed that 2-ball on a combo, leaving sight on the 1. It's not an easy little cut here, but you can see the full ball from the side here.
Yeah.
The travel up to the 3 is the tricky part.
Yeah, there's going to be 1, 2, probably 3 rails involved at least. Or if she's trying to hold it up. But I don't think with the speed she has to hit it to get it over there, I don't think holding it up is an option.
I might do 2 rails left. English on this.
Oh.
Or, yeah, she's just playing defense. Unfortunately, I don't think it worked out.
Yeah, it leaked out past that 9. It's still a very shallow angle on the side pocket, and she has to worry about getting past the 9 ball to the rail for the 3. If she hits the 9 ball trying to get past that, it's going to be all sorts of problems.
She could use the 5 as a safety, like to try and carom the 1 into the 5, get more of a fat angle into the side pocket, but yeah, Sarah, I almost wonder if she called a safety there and meant to do something different, but
I think she did, and probably meant to just hit it a lot softer. It's late at night. Sometimes that speed goes away a little bit.
a little bit of bottom here to come back out for the 3. Beautiful.
Perfect.
Beautiful leave.
And that should be just a little bit of bottom right coming off the long rail, and it'll bring her right back up for the 4. With the angle she has, that should keep her out of any trouble with the 5 ball.
Yep. Or just like, you can hit center, just not too hard, right? Just nice soft follow to middle. Oh, she got the poke there, though.
Yeah. She hit that a lot harder than she really needed to.
That's probably going to be a give back.
Yeah.
So they're handing it back to Sarah on Team VILLAINcourt now.
Not a huge, easy hit either here.
No, I mean, it's a hard 2-rail, kind of any way you look at it. Maybe you could throw some English off a short rail and get there, but it's going to be tricky.
Now looking at that 6 ball, I wonder if it goes past that 8.
She's going 1 rail off the side. Good call. Good call. Good try.
Now they get the 3, 4, 5. Where is that 6 ball going to be going?
Yeah, that's the 6 is the problem ball in this rack, unfortunately.
You know, it's either going to turn out right now the way it looks. There's no easy breakout on the 6, so start planning now. The 6 is going to end up being a bank or a safety.
Right.
And I have found banks and safeties are so much easier if you've accepted that that's what the play is going to be and you plan for it. If you're trying to break it out on a low percentage type breakout and you miss it, then you're stuck with the leave you're stuck with, as opposed to the leave you might have left yourself for a good angle for a bank. Or
I think Lauren meant to follow that a bit more. This is a little tricky now, leaving on the 5.
No, I think one way or the other, I think she's hitting the 5 here.
Yeah, you'd have to hit with like a bit of angle to come off and not touch. Yeah. Poke it. Let's look from this side. Like, does it come back? It could go in the side pocket. It's not an easy bank. And then the 6 ball, like you said, like it's just sitting there waiting to be defensed off of or kicked into.
I think she could put this straight into the rail and just drift the cue ball up to the other side of the 9.
Yeah, up to mid-table by the short rail. Like, just send the cue out again. Do a little defense so your opponents have to either bank or kick at it. Yeah, I like that soft. I mean, the cue traveled way further, but it ended up in an okay spot.
Yep. And it didn't hit that 6-ball, which I was thinking at first it was going to. Now you got to think about this being a safety or a shot. I don't like the cut here.
I don't know. I'm a little risque with my cuts. I would probably cut this sooner than bank it any day. But again, this 6-ball is the next ball. It's not in a great position for anybody, so I would have to defense here.
I think bringing the 5-ball up between the 9 and the long rail would be a good place to put it. Nope.
I agree with you. I don't think this was an ideal outcome.
No.
I would hit the right side of the 5 and hope that either the cue stayed up towards the top or that the 5 did and that the cue traveled.
The benefit about going this way is even though she didn't get the great safety on it, she's still not pointing the cue ball at the 6. If she had put the 5-ball further up, it could have gotten in front of the side pocket, gotten down below where it would have given an angle for a breakout on the 6 and the 10 and make that easier. And as you can see, even though she had an angle to get down table, it wasn't ideal.
Right. Like, it's almost too much. She wanted to leave it more middle table to be able to defense or kick into. Now it's forced to kick into.
Yeah, she can hit this and just get the 6 to the long rail and keep the cue ball, in the middle, right around the 10 ball. She could also get a safety back here.
Looks like a good hit to me.
Yeah, a little hard though.
See, that's where like the magic rack, if it wasn't there,
yeah, the
sticks wouldn't be in quite the same spot.
Nope.
But see, so Sarah's coming up. I would definitely remove the magic rack here.
Yes.
Yep.
Now I don't know. Do they pause the shot clock for that? No.
Nah. If it's a serious question that takes more than a second for Dave to clarify, he will have them pause. But for stuff like that, you've still got 40 seconds on the clock.
Which we haven't really run into anybody having a violation or shot clock violation.
No, not yet. And I don't know that you guys can really hear it in here, but when you're out there, the girls were saying it takes some getting used to. You hear the beep and you're like, oh no, but you have 10 seconds left. And you still have time to breathe and do your practice strokes and follow through. But the more you hear it, they were saying it's like conditioning, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Exposure conditioning.
Yep.
Get used to hearing it and you're just fine. Looks like a cross bank here towards the middle pocket. Let's see here.
Just clip the 8.
It almost helped her to get to the side pocket, but fortunately for Team Archers Mavens, there's a nice shot here. If it was snookered, I would have given it back immediately, but this could be a run out for them.
It could also be a 6 to an 8-10 combo. They might not be. If she just rolls up and does make ball, which is probably a good idea with this cut. Oh.
Ooh, a little bit overcut on that one.
Look at that. She would have had the 8-10 combo.
Oh, and I'd be giving this back all day. I don't know about you.
Yep.
She knew it too. Sarah walked right up like, yeah.
There was really no delay there. She is up and down, going to the top and coming back. Whether she calls the 6 in the side or the 6 all the way up.
I'd have to go all the way up with this one.
And I would also try to go 2 rails, go the short rail, then the long rail, then hit the 6.
Yeah, and then kiss the 6.
Yeah. Keeps the cue ball going away from the pocket.
Wow.
Oh,
look at that shot. That's a replay for sure. Let's check that out again. Kicking at this 6 ball, calling the top corner.
And getting the leave.
Clean shot there by Sarah. Oh, she must not have called that pocket, though, because looks like Team VILLAINcourt's up for it.
Oh, boy, she must have called safety.
Tough.
Now, from Sarah to Sarah.
probably would still cut this in the corner. Like, it's a little too straight for me to be comfortable playing a safety off of, but...
Now, in 9-ball, she could cut the 8 all the way to the other corner and call the 9-ball just in case. In 10-ball, you have to call either or.
Yeah, either or. So she's calling the 10 here.
Yep.
Going for it. Yep. We'll see if the aggression pays off.
I don't think she's going to get a safety where the cue ball's going, so this is sink or swim, I'm pretty sure, right here.
It's tough.
Yeah, but if they make it, it's the match.
Yep. Oh, no. Well, it ain't over till it's over.
True.
But I think Archer's Mavens are positioned here to do a nice little run out. Just nick that 8 in, come off a rail or two, line up for the 9.
To quote somebody named Lance again, they are the favorites to make this out. I would play this with a little bottom right to try to play out for the 9 in the side. And you could also just play it out nice and easy for the 9 all the way up.
Just see her nick that 8 ball. Yeah, shoot right out. Oh, don't come too far. It looks good to me.
Yep.
Travel up. And like you said earlier, just make the ball. Like, the 10's not in a difficult position. Just don't scratch. Is all you gotta worry about here, right?
Make the 9 ball, put a good stroke on the ball. With top English, she's not going to scratch, and it will come right off the rail with that good stroke.
Get some more points on the board. Oh, a little rattle.
Evidently, she was not comfortable with the top.
Yeah, that looked like a natural angle to me. Like, I wouldn't have had a fear of scratching there, but it's so hard when you're here. You know, we're commentating, right? We see from the camera's point of view. When you're on the table, sometimes that side pocket looks a lot bigger, and you're like, oh, God.
Yep, and this camera angle sometimes, oh, boy.
Oh, man, and it's not 9-ball, so...
It is not 9-ball, so
changes
it
opponent.
is back to Team Archer.
Yep. We got Aaron at the table here, lined up pretty straight on the 10, so should be a smooth out.
Off to game 7.
Yeah, tricky end there, but we're now 2-4. Archer's Mavens versus Team VILLAINcourt. Stay tuned for the last match of the night.
Conversation going on, not quite sure what.
Could be a team break, could be they're taking a pause between this game and the last.
Yep.
Each team gets like one kind of potty break, I'll put it,
Gotcha.
during the match. So Team VILLAINcourt could take one, and Team Archers Mavens could take one too.
Ah,
so
there we go.
looks like we're getting ready to go here.
Yep.
Thanks so much if you're still with us. If you came from the first stream, then you guys are the real VIPs. You've been here all day, all night.
Getting your money's worth.
Getting your money's worth, which is free 99.
Yeah, I love that.
Be sure to check out the sponsors of today. Thanks to everyone for sponsoring the stream. And the Make a Score Tour for putting this on. Thanks so much to Lance for hosting and doing all the commentary tonight. And of course, our special guests.
And if you go onto the Make a Score Tour, you can find their PayPal and their Venmo, and they do take donations. Anything will help. Okay. Is that our public service announcement?
Yeah, yeah. Well, at least once a night, we got to do a PSA.
Yeah.
All right, so we got one here for Archers Mavens team. Aaron's going to be shooting on the 1. Calling the 10, I think? Or maybe just the 1 in
I
that
think she
corner?
was just calling a 1 in the corner. But should be almost a natural leave on the 3.
Beautiful shot.
That was a lot more draw than I expected, but it still worked out really well.
I mean, you can see from this angle, too. Like, I kind of like the little bit of cut that you have to put on this, but...
Agreed.
You don't want to come back behind that 10 for the 4. You want to hit it hard enough that you come out to the other side of the table.
You gotta hit that window between the 5 and the 6, but not too far. Ooh.
Yes, even still, I think that would have been too soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so we've got Sarah from the other team, Team VILLAINcourt, up at the table now.
Sarah to Sarah.
And it's their choice, right? So, like, if you're on the bottom, right? If you're not breaking, it's dealer's choice. So either Lauren or Sarah could have been at the table.
Yes. And this here, that was a nice natural roll.
Thanks, Leanne, for the stars. Appreciate you, and great job playing last weekend.
And great job also at the Northeast Challenge.
Yeah.
This is interesting because she can't bring it out as far as she wants to because the 6 and 10 are in the way.
No, you gotta almost hit like left just to keep it towards the rail. Very nice speed there.
Yep. Get that ball sitting in front of the side pocket. Sometimes you obsess too much about putting it in the side pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does the 6 go by the 7? That's exactly what she's looking at. And checking the time, so...
I thought you were gonna make a joke. Why is 6 afraid of 7?
I know this one. Heard it a couple times.
Nice. I mean, I think it goes.
Well, if it doesn't, she can roll the cue ball up onto the 10.
Yep.
And then to get the 6 off the bottom of the rail, you get the 10, the 9, and the 7 in the way.
If it does go, I'd be worried about if it does go still rolling up against that 10. You got to hit it with enough speed or enough follow. We'll see. Looks like she's hitching up.
Ooh, clipped it.
Oh.
And if she was going for that shot, hey, I don't know if there's room between that. Nope, that was quick.
No.
That was a quick decision. So
They're talking about it now. I mean, they're still deciding, like, yeah, we're gonna give it back, but like,
yeah, go to the side angle there. I think that'll show us. I don't think there's
it's messy
any room
over here.
unless you do the Harry Potter night bus where it shrinks up really tight and opens up after going past.
Weave between those balls, but
yeah,
you gotta have like a double masse to get through that. Definitely one rail kick here, if not a 2 rail. Let's see from the top angle what she's looking at. Could be a 2 rail.
I did like the option of 2 rails there because I think it makes the ball bigger. But the only problem was it would have gotten the 6 ball out to the left, and the cue ball would have followed it, and both of them would have been out in the open.
Right, and you might not hit a rail after that, right? So
True.
you still have to have a fair hit.
Yep. So I think, as fond of 2 rail hits as I am, I think the 1 rail hit was really the way to go there.
Now, I like this run out for Archers Mavens. You play this smart, you play a nice little soft follow on a lot of these, and you've got your run out.
Yeah, they all lead to each other. the 7 all the way up, though, is going to be that's the challenge shot. Got a little bit of an angle where it's going to leave the 9 probably on. If she plays top here, she should hit the rail before the side pocket and then leave the cue ball in front of the side pocket. Will give Sarah a little bit more of the ball to play draw if she wants to, or a stop shot if
Just
she
a
wants to.
little bit of fall. Like, don't even hit the rail. Just, I think a little, like another ball forward, that would have been great.
Yep.
But I don't mind this. Like, she's just going to have to come around the 10 now. Cut
Or
this in the
into
corner.
Move the 10
Or into it.
Move
Yep.
the 10 towards the side.
But then you risk lining up a bank shot, which it might not be a problem. Like, if Aaron's comfortable hitting a bank for that 10, I would just be worried about kicking the 10 towards the side rail, and then now you're stuck with a bank.
Yeah. She got to do it with the right speed.
Yep.
And she's got to concentrate on making the 9. We've all seen where we've gone into this, and we're so concerned with where the 10 ball is going that we forget to make the 9.
They're talking now, and I think you can't see from the other angle because they're standing there, but I think it's kind of a natural bank for this 9, but you have to worry about hitting it not hard enough or too hard and rattling and sitting in the pocket with this 9 ball.
Right.
So I kind of like either playing a defense, as painful as that is, on the second to last ball of the rack, almost sending it up to the short rail and setting the cue close to the long rail behind the 10. We'll see what they do.
Well,
Neither.
if you're going to miss it, this is probably a good outcome. They left the makeable bank, so Team VILLAINcourt kind of has to take it.
Well, they're talking about giving it back, though, because it's a makeable bank, but if you look from this angle, your cue could get in the way. Cutting back to the side pocket here.
But if they make the bank and we're able to keep the cue ball on the rail, they have a long distance cut on the 10.
Or another bank on the 10, so it's still not easy to run this out. So I do understand why Team VILLAINcourt gave this back.
They could also put a safety out here.
Are they coming on the right side of the 9? No, okay. All right, let's look at the top view here.
Yeah, this is a nice easy follow shot to it.
Yeah, again, this is one that, like, you could try to follow the cue down. I'd just be more worried about, like, if I were her teammate, I'd say just make the ball.
Yeah,
like
ball.
It's not a hard bank. It's not an easy bank, but it's not a hard bank. And still, like, that cut.
Yeah, she got her forward enough to be a makeable cut, and Lauren can cut the ball.
Oh yeah.
She had one earlier in the day that she cut that was almost a 90-degree cut, and it just came up a little bit short, but she had made the cut.
Wow.
And there it is.
I was going to say no pressure for the game or anything, but that's it. Let's replay that 10 ball. Nice smooth cut towards the corner. And that's going to be the game for this doubles tournament.
Yep. And after day 1, we are tied 3-3 going into day 2, a brand new day.
Good job, ladies, and we'll see you tomorrow. We have Lance back in the booth. You want to close things out?
You guys are good. Thank you guys for helping Lauren, Bob, Jesse earlier. Appreciate you guys very much. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 12 o'clock. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time. I got up, I ate the same breakfast. Some people call it superstition, but it's a routine.
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hoe.
Because you might be actually not feeling great physically or mentally, you're drained, but the confidence somehow gets you through. And when you